I've been building my own kingdom for everyone to see. It exists to keep me safe from harm, and it's intact to glorify me. Nobody helped me build this up. It was me and me alone. I've appointed myself as the king, and I've given myself the throne. But it turns out I'm no ruler, and I have no control. So I have decided to destroy it all. I'm tearing down the walls, kicking down the doors. Everything inside this kingdom is yours. 'Cause what I've made is worthless, and it cannot stand. Come and breathe some life into my empty, cold, dead end. Down with the fickle king, away with this fantasy. You are the one I need. Death to the kingdom of me. Death to the kingdom of me. I should probably be frightened. This empire's all I know, but it always does more damage than good. I'm afraid it's gotta go. I know that I can't be trusted, 'cause I'm just a man. And if you hadn't given your life for me, a loser would be all that I am. You know they say just follow your heart. I'm afraid that's a load of trash. Your heart will take you down to deep, dark places where you feel like you'll never come back. So I'm coming out of the dark. This facade is I woke up feeling like it was time to tighten up. Yeah, I woke up feeling like it might be a good day to get it done. That's right. Oh, the stadium is just like my second house. Now I'm two-tone talking, they can't shut my mouth. I woke up feeling like it was time to tighten up.
Do the Tennessee Titans have a miracle left in them in what has been a tragical season to this point? If they do, they need it now. Welcome to the Two-Tone Talk by God Pod, episode 188. Happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween. And it's fitting. It's fitting that it's Halloween, because this has been a pretty scary football season up until this point. It's been pretty spooky up until now, and the Titans might just need a little bit of witchcraft to pull off an upset over the Chargers on Sunday as they get ready to go into their bye week. Will they give us a trick, or will they give us a treat? Well, I don't know, but I guarantee you it ain't going to be a treat. Can the Titans actually pull a miracle? I mean, you got nothing to lose. A bunch of guys are hurt. You're terrible. You're going against a really good Chargers team at home. You're 1-7. Can the Titans possibly pull off a miracle and pull the upset of the season and beat the Chargers? Well, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you today, no. No, I don't think they can. I I really think they have about as much chance of winning this game as they did of beating the Colts last week. Colts are probably slightly better than the Chargers, but the Titans have about as much chance of winning this football game as they had of beating the Colts last week or the Patriots the week before. This is a stretch of the season that we thought would let up on the Titans, but it's actually turned out to be even tougher than the first stretch, which we thought was going to be so hard. Patriots, Colts, Chargers, back to back to back. That's miserable for any team, but especially a team that's not good. Like, if the Titans had a back-to-back-to-back stretch of Browns, Jets, Dolphins, then maybe you sneak a win in and get something good happening. But when you're bad and you're struggling and you're injured and you got Patriots, Colts, Chargers back-to-back-to-back, like, that nothing good can come of that. So the Chargers are coming to town. The Titans are 1-7. And on top of not having a good roster, on top of having an interim head coach, on top of having one of the most mediocre wide receiving groups in the league, all due respect to Chimere DK and Elikayo Manor, but they're rookies. Titans have started trading people. I don't give them a shot. I don't think they have a shot to win this game. Jeffrey Simmons ain't playing in this game. I told you on X the other week, you won't see Jeffrey Simmons until at least the first game after the bye. Calvin Ridley, you may never see him again because he may get traded before you can see him again. But if you do see him again, it will not be until after the bye. Obviously, we traded Roger McCreary, so you're going to be fielding a secondary of Jalen Armour-Davis, Marcus Harris, Darrell Baker, assuming he's back from concussion protocol, and some guys we don't even know who they are. The guy they got off the Packers practice squad. Like, this is going to be the secondary going against Justin Herbert on Sunday. So can the Titans pull a miracle? Listen, I know it's the NFL, and I know crazy things happen all the time. I don't give the Titans a shot. They're not going to be able to get to Justin Herbert in the backfield. They're going to have a secondary full of guys that most of them weren't even on the team at the start of the season. Like, it's not going to be good. Like, it is not going to be good. But as I said in a video that I did yesterday, and if you've seen it, let me just reiterate. Mike Borgonzi and Chad Brinker, I know this might not make you happy. I don't think they are concerned with winning games right now. And I would venture to say I don't think they've ever been concerned with winning games. I think they knew, Halloween reference, that it was going to be a spooky season. I think they knew that coming in. I think they expected it. Remember when they were asked if this team could contend for a Super Bowl by a reporter preseason, and what did they do? They laughed. They cracked up at that question. Remember when that article came out before the season about what the Titans were expecting from Brian Callahan this year, and it was like, hey, we just want to see improvement. We're not necessarily looking at the wins and losses. They've made it clear they don't really care about winning this season. They don't care. They'd like to win some games, I'm sure, but they don't really care, especially now that we're 1-7. They're trading Roger McCreary. They're probably, with the bye week coming up, they're probably going to trade a lot of people over the next week, or as many as they can. I don't think winning right now is a priority for these guys. I don't think it's something that's on their mind. I think what's on their mind is seeing Cam Ward play well, seeing the rookies play well, and maybe seeing who else will be kept on this roster next year. Right now, other than the rookies, I see Jeff, I see Cedric Gray, I see Peter Skoronski, I see J.C. Latham. I know he's not playing great, but he was your first-round pick last year. You can't create another need by getting rid of a right tackle. I see Tavondre Sweat, who I still think there's a slight possibility they could trade. But, other than those few guys, I think the rest of this season is all about just seeing how the rookies perform. I think the Titans, brass, Borgonzi and Brinker, I think they were probably pleased with last Sunday. Even though it was a 38-14 loss to the Colts, Cam played well. Chimere DK played well. Tyjae Spears played well. Like, I think that's what they're looking at. I don't think they care about wins and losses this year. I don't think they care about the final record. I think they just want to see certain guys play well, particularly Cam Ward, most of all. But I think that's what's on their mind. And so I don't think they're going into this year or this weekend saying, man, I hope we can beat the Chargers. Don't get me wrong, it'd be great. That'd be great for Cam Ward to figure out how to beat a good Chargers team. But I think most of all, they just want to see Cam play well, no matter what the final score is. They want to see these rookies play well, whatever the final score is. And they want to treat it like an audition for everybody else to see how they fare in terms of being on the roster next year. Like, that's what the rest of this season is about. And so not only do I think the Titans are not going to beat the Chargers, but I don't think they care. I know the players care, of course, but in terms of Borgonzi and Brinker, I don't think they care about beating the Chargers. And I know that may be aggravating to hear, but you have to think about it from an organizational standpoint. That's not something I have a huge problem with. I mean, if you're literally sitting there going, listen, we know we're not as good as the Chargers. We know we can't beat the Chargers, or we shouldn't beat the Chargers on a normal day. So we're just going to see how our quarterback does. We're going to see how our rookies do. And that's the main thing, win or loss. Let's just see how that goes. If that's what's on your mind, okay. Like, if that is organizational tanking to try to get as high of a draft pick as you can so that maybe you can trade back and get more draft picks, I'm not going to fault you for that. I'm not going to fault you for not really caring if the Titans lose this game and go into their bye 1-8. If you've already got guys, Chig Okonkwo is probably not playing in this game. And maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but he was limited on Wednesday, then he didn't practice on Thursday. We'll see how he fares today, but if he doesn't play, could it be that they know they're trading him and they just don't want him to get hurt? I mean, could it be that they're looking at Chig Okonkwo and maybe he is a little banged up, but maybe they're just saying, hey, let's just take it easy with Okonkwo. Let's keep him out because we're planning on trading him. Will we see a lot more Tyjae Spears than Tony Pollard in this game because they're probably going to trade Tony Pollard? Probably. I mean, that's the kind of tanking I'm talking about. We know who we're trading, so we're going to intentionally take it easy on those guys in this game. I don't think the Titans have a chance of beating the Chargers. Look at the talent on the field. I mean, I know the Chargers have some injuries of their own, but look at our secondary. Look at our defense. No Jeffrey Simmons. No Arden Key. Again, that's another player that they're leaving out because they're probably getting ready to trade Arden Key. No Femi Oladejo. No, Cody Barton is one of our starting linebackers. Roger McCreary's been traded. Jarvis Brownlee's been traded. I mean, look at the defensive lineup we're going to put out there to go against Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh. And then on offense, we've got no Calvin Ridley. We've got probably no Chig Okonkwo. I mean, even the mediocre weapons that we do have are hurt. So, I mean, I can't sit here and say the Titans might do it because I don't think they have a chance. I don't think they have a prayer of winning this game. I don't think the organization cares about winning this game, but I just don't think the Titans have a chance. I think they're already looking to the bye and who they're going to trade, and let's just see Cam play well, and that's all we care about. I think that's where they're at. So I'm just telling you, for your own sanity, don't tune into this game with the mindset of, oh man, can the Titans win? Don't do that, because that's not good for your mental health. That's not good for your mental health. That's not good for your physical health. You got to tune in knowing they're not going to win. Knowing they are not going to win this game. They are not, unless a miracle happens, they're not winning. Let's just hope Cam plays well. That's got to be the rest of the season. Let's just hope Cam and the rookies play well. Some of these second-year guys play well, and that's what will count as a win this year. And then hopefully this is a big offseason. Somebody said I've named the whole roster to be traded. I mean, quite frankly, I'm just thinking in terms of guys that I feel like they want to keep outside of the rookies. I don't think they're going to trade Tavondre Sweat, but I'm just saying I have considered the option in my mind, not because I think he's bad, but just, they traded Jarvis Brownlee because he just wasn't a culture fit or whatever. I could see them saying that with Sweat. I don't think they should, but I'm just saying it wouldn't surprise me. I had mentioned that maybe they could trade Spears if they got a good offer, but Spears has been playing well the last couple of weeks, so they probably won't trade him. But I do think they will trade Pollard, Draymond Jones, Arden Key, Chigakonkwo, maybe Calvin Ridley, but they'll have to eat some of the contract. Xavier Woods, Quandre Diggs. These are guys that are gone next year anyway. You can talk about the Roger McCreary trade all you want, but Roger McCreary was on a contract year. He was on a contract year. He was set to be a free agent at the end of the year. And for all we know, I don't know how these conversations go, but he may have made it known that he didn't want to come back, that he didn't plan on coming back. And if that's the case, then yeah, trade him for whatever you can get. If he knows he's not coming back next year. But, maybe the Titans didn't want him. Maybe the Titans weren't interested in re-signing him. In which case, yeah, trade him for whatever you can get. I understand the thought process of, why would we not be interested in bringing him back? But, slot corner I guess in their mind, slot corners are easier to find than outside corners. But then if outside corners are hard to find, why did you trade Brownlee? If anything, the McCreary trade brought up to me how crazy the Brownlee trade was. You know what I'm saying? The McCreary trade just brought to light how stupid it was to trade Brownlee. I have much bigger problem with trading Brownlee than I did trading McCreary, because Brownlee was on his second year of his rookie contract and was a promising young corner and is proving that with the Jets now. That trade was a lot dumber than trading Roger McCreary. But I do think the Titans will be trading a lot of guys. I don't think there's much loyalty to any of these guys that are on the roster now, and this is what happens when you constantly have regime change. When you constantly hire the wrong people and then you have to fire those people, this is the problem, because then you've got to get rid of some guys that are maybe not good or maybe not bad, because the new regime wants their own guys. Borgonzi wants his own guys. Brinker wants his own guys. And so if you're not one of their guys that they brought in through free agency or draft in this last year, maybe you're on a little thinner ice than some of these other guys. Let's talk about the 32-1 Two-Tone Talk power rankings. This is just how I see it through week, 9? Here we go. Bottom 3, and in last place, I hate it, but it is our Tennessee Titans. I think after watching the Jets win, I think the Titans are absolutely the worst team in the league right now. It's not often that a team loses by a lot. The Titans lose by a lot every week. They are getting trounced every week. They're not just getting beat, they're getting beaten soundly every single week. 38-14, 31-13. These are the kind of finals we're talking about. When's the last time the Titans had a close game going to the fourth? I guess Arizona. But that game wasn't close going to the fourth. The Cardinals did a bunch of stupid stuff that made it close. Titans are awful, man. They're terrible right now. Number 31, just edging them out, is the Saints. I think the Saints deserve to fall back into the bottom 3. I understand they're scrappy. They play hard. They're going away from Spencer Rattler now at quarterback. I think Spencer Rattler's been okay. I think he's deserved more of a leash than what they're giving him, but they drafted a quarterback relatively early, so they're going to go with him. But the Saints, just not good. Not a good situation there in New Orleans right now. Number 30, rounding out the bottom 3, is the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins somehow whooped up on the Falcons on Sunday, but then last night it was right back down to earth for the Dolphins. Tua looks awful. They fired their GM this morning. McDaniel's probably going to be out by the end of the season. The Dolphins are terrible. Those were some loud boos for Miami last night in that game against Baltimore. So the Dolphins are in the bottom 3. And then for the first time in a long time, just getting out of the bottom 3 at number 29 is the Jets, Jets. I was happy for Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields is a good guy. Justin Fields has undergone a lot of scrutiny from outside noise and inside noise. The Jets GM kind of critiquing him. So I felt good. It was good to see Justin Fields get a win. I like Aaron Glenn. It was good to see him get his first win as a head coach. Jarvis Brownlee making the big play at the end to help them win. And Jets get out of the bottom 3 this week. It was a good win for them. Number 28, the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are awful. Dylan Gabriel looks awful. I think you'll see Shador relatively soon. Number 27, the Raiders. I think they were off this week. Were they off? Yeah, I think the Raiders were off this week. They're just not good. Raiders aren't good. They've got some good pieces there, but Geno hasn't played well. They're not good. Number 26, the Minnesota Vikings. What a weird situation with Carson Wentz and like getting hurt and still playing. Not a good look for Kevin O'Connell and the Vikings. And the Vikings, I don't think they have an answer at quarterback right now. I've said this every week. I've never been a big believer in J.J. McCarthy, so even when he gets back in there, I just don't think he's a difference maker. Number 25, the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals were off this week. I mean, the Cardinals just are who they are. They're like they're the Cardinals. They're going to win a couple games and get you wondering if they're good, and then they're going to drop 5 or 6 in a row. That's what they do. Number 24, the Giants. I think a lot of people want the Giants to be good. I think a lot of people are trying to hype the Giants up, but I mean they're 2-6. Like I understand Jackson Dart's done some good things, but people are trying to like get excited about the Giants. They're 2-6. Number 23, the Falcons. Awful. Falcons were terrible on Sunday. Looked terrible in every phase of the game. Not well coached. Just not good for the Falcons. Getting whooped by the Dolphins at home. Yikes. Number 22, the Jaguars. Jaguars were off. They put Travis Hunter on IR today. Doesn't sound good in terms of him coming back this season. That's a bummer for him. That's a bummer for Jacksonville. And Jacksonville had lost 2 in a row soundly. Going into their bye, they got the Raiders this weekend. We'll see how they fare there. Number 21, the Bengals. Bengals felt like there was some hope with Flacco. Then you lose to the Jets. Felt a little fluky, but also like, you know, with Flacco at quarterback, you just get what you get. Some weeks it'll be good. Some weeks it won't. Number 20, the Steelers. Steelers lost a tough one to the Packers, and the Steelers, who were looking really good at one point, coming back down to earth a little bit. Something for Titans fans to watch there. Arthur Smith, their offensive coordinator, has been thrown out as a head coaching candidate for us. He has not looked as good these last couple of weeks. Number 19, the Carolina Panthers. They've kind of come back down to earth. Obviously, Bryce Young's been hurt, but they've taken a couple of tough losses the last couple of weeks. Number 18, the Texans. Texans got a good win over the 49ers. That moves them up the list a little bit. We'll see if the Texans can actually get something going. This was their most quality win so far. We'll see if the Texans can actually build some momentum in an AFC South where the Colts are running away with the whole thing. Number 17, the Cowboys. Cowboys are who they are. Their defense is not good. Their offense is okay, but I mean, going against the Broncos the other day, there's no way they can go up against them. Number 16, the Commanders. The Commanders are a weird team to try to figure out. Jaden Daniels has been hurt. It's kind of been a sophomore slump for him. He's missed a lot of time. That same magic from last year hasn't been there. They had Marcus this past Monday. They got whooped by the Chiefs. So it's hard to know what to make of the Commanders until Jaden Daniels can consistently get in there, but division's really gotten away from them with the Eagles. Number 15, the Bears. The Bears came back down to earth this week. I thought Caleb Williams did not look good. Everything that they had done over the last few weeks to feel better about them, they kind of wet the bed on Sunday with a chance to continue to build on that. Number 14, the Ravens. The Ravens had fallen down this list really far, but the Ravens have to – I don't know if the Ravens will lose another game the rest of the year. Go look at their schedule. I mean, they've got a couple of tough games at the end, but they've got a very favorable schedule with the Steelers falling back and the Ravens winning 2 games within a few days of each other. Ravens are right back in the mix. Lamar's back. Don't go sleep on the Ravens just yet. Number 13, the 49ers. Hard to know what to make of them. They're well coached, but Mac Jones, and they've had a lot of injuries. They lost to Houston. I don't know. But with Shanahan, it feels like they're always in it. Number 12, the Chargers. Justin Herbert's great. Their offense has come to life the last couple of weeks. I got the Chargers at 12. Philadelphia Eagles, defending world champions, at 11. They've recovered nicely. They were on a slump. Now they've come back, won a couple of games. Would like to see them beat a more quality opponent before I just put them back in the top 10. But with the NFC East looking the way it does, the Eagles are going to run away with that division. Now let's get to the top 10. At number 10, I've got the Kansas City Chiefs. They look really good right now. Patrick Mahomes is playing extremely well. But again, you just want to see them against more quality opponents. Obviously, I think they've got Buffalo this weekend, so that's a game to watch. But the Chiefs, I mean, they're the Chiefs. I doubted them at one point early in the season. They looked bad, but every time you doubt them, they just come back and look great. So have to consider them a top 10 team. Number 9, the Denver Broncos. I think this is the first time I've put the Broncos in the top 10 this year. But I think Bo Nix is playing some really good football. We know their defense is elite. They've got weapons coming to life. They look like they're clicking on all cylinders right now. And as good as the Chiefs are, they're going to have to fend off the Broncos in the AFC West. Let's keep going up the top 10. At number 8, the Bills. Bills kind of hit a slump there for a little bit, but they're recovering nicely. This weekend, obviously, Bills, Chiefs, you learn a lot about these two teams whenever those games happen. We'll see how the Bills fare, but I think the Bills are going to be just fine. Number 7, the Patriots. The Patriots look great. Drake May looks unbelievable. They're looking really good. They beat Buffalo a few weeks ago, I know, but it's getting to the point where you'd like to see the Patriots beat somebody good because, I mean, they're beating up on the Titans and the Browns, which is stuff they should do. What happens when the Patriots have to play? I know they beat the Bills a few weeks ago on Sunday Night Football. That was a great win for them, but put the Patriots up against the Colts or the Chiefs or something like that. I mean, it's not their fault. They've got an easy schedule. What do you want them to do? They can't change it around. They didn't make the schedule themselves. Number 6, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's always in the mix, even with Mike Evans out. Enter Emeka Egbuka. We know Baker's the man, so Bucks are at 6. Number 5, the Rams. The Rams were off this week, but you know I'm a big believer in McVay, Stafford, and the Rams. Number 4, the Seahawks, my sleeper team in the NFC. They're even better than I thought. Their defense is nasty. They were off this week as well. It's just, can Darnold play at a high enough level down the stretch for them? Number 3, the Green Bay Packers. Packers are starting to look like what I thought they would look like. They started the season looking great, had a little bit of a slump, but now they're back looking awesome again. Packers are a contender. I don't care what you say. Number 2, the Indianapolis Colts. I hate to have the Colts this high on the list, but they just continue to look awesome. Everybody on their offense is playing well. Jonathan Taylor's playing like a potential MVP candidate. Daniel Jones is not turning back into a pumpkin on this Halloween. And the Colts defense is even better than I thought. So, I mean, the Colts are very, very good, as much as I hate that. And then at number 1, I'm just going to stick with the Detroit Lions because that is the safest bet. They've got the firepower. They've got the culture. So I'm still going to go with the Lions at number 1. Let's talk about this weekend. Let's make some picks. In the National Football League, obviously the Ravens all over the Dolphins last night. Let me know your picks in the comments below. We've got the Falcons and the Patriots. Again, the Patriots are just playing a lot of bad teams right now. I think the Patriots will win this game. The Falcons looked awful Sunday. The Patriots are clicking on all cylinders. This game's in Foxborough. Patriots are 5.5-point favorites. I'm going Patriots in this one. Absolutely. Bears, Bengals, Battlestar Galactica. Man, you'd like to think the Bears would win this one. I'm going to go with the Bengals. It's in Cincinnati. The Bears just feel like they're a little more dysfunctional now after Sunday. There's a lot of speculation about Caleb. I'm going to go Bengals in this one. They're going to be upset coming off that loss to the Jets. I got the Bengals. Colts, Steelers. Little tougher opponent for Indianapolis than what they've had the last couple of weeks, but I still think the Colts will win. It's in Pittsburgh. Steelers are coming off of a couple losses. They're going to be, they're going to be wanting to make some noise and feeling the Ravens breathing down their neck. But I just think the Colts got too much firepower right now. They're clicking, and so I'm going to go with the Colts over the Steelers. 49ers, Giants. Got to believe the 49ers get back on track here. Cam Scatterbo done for the year, obviously. I think the Niners will get back on track. They lost one to Houston. They're well coached. I think they'll get back on track with a win over the Giants here. Broncos, Texans. This would be a huge win for Houston, a statement win for Houston, but I think the Broncos will get them. I think their defense is so good. Bo Nix is playing well. I got the Broncos over the Texans, even though that game is in Houston. Vikings, Lions. Give me the Lions. Absolutely. In Detroit, coming off a bye. Vikings are beaten and battered. Going with the Lions there. Panthers, Packers. Got to go Packers. I mean, I don't know Carolina's a team that does feel like they're headed in the right direction, I guess, but still, I don't think they can go beat Green Bay at Lambeau. I'm going to go with the Packers, who are 12.5-point favorite there. Jags, Raiders, I'll take the Jaguars. Coming off a bye, I just don't think the Raiders are any good. I got Jacksonville winning that one. Saints, Rams, give me the Rams in L.A. Rams coming off a bye. Saints with their rookie quarterback's first start. I think it's going to be tough sledding. I got the Rams. They're a 14.5-point favorite. That's how much the Titans were favored to lose to the Colts last week. Chiefs, Bills. Here we go. Chiefs, Bills. In Buffalo, I'll go Buffalo because it's in Buffalo. That'll make the difference. I got the Bills winning this one. In a close one, as always, with the Chiefs, I got the Bills. Sunday night is Seahawks, Commanders. Is Jaden Daniels back? I don't know, but I'm going with Seahawks either way. I think the Seahawks are just a better team. Their defense is unbelievable. They're kind of flying under the radar because it's Darnold and, Seattle, I guess, feels boring to people, but I got the Seahawks. Monday night is the Cardinals and the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys in Dallas. And then last but not least, Titans, Chargers. Titans, Chargers. I've already said pretty much my pick. I think Chargers will win. I think the Chargers will win this game. About like the other games the Titans have had the last couple of weeks. I think the Titans will be able to make a game of it for a half. But then the Chargers will pull away, and I think you'll get kind of about the same scores you've been getting, maybe 35-16, 38-17, something like that. I just think that'll be kind of how it goes. I think it'll be a carbon copy of the Colts game, the Patriots game, just kind of this stretch we're on right now where we hang in there for a half and then the other team pulls away in the second half. I think that's what you'll see here. I got the Chargers winning this one. Thank you guys for joining me on the Two-Tone Talk by God pod. I'll be back on Monday to talk about whatever happens on Sunday. God bless you, everybody. Tighten up. Bye.